All right, I think we back on, man. The government don't want us to be great. They trying to shut us down. So
Like they always. Hold on, I'm the government.
you know what I'm saying? Actually, this one look better than the one they did last time. All right, so hopefully we stay up and we don't crash no more, but only God knows. But anyway, all right. So we was talking about pretty much men being soft nowadays, but I don't really think we really got into it. To be honest with you. So yeah, my example. Yeah, I guess she wasn't just. I guess she wasn't feeling me, and so I should have just accepted that. But I do got another example, but I think it's too much for TV.
What's the example, man? What you mean? Let them be the judge.
I know, right? So like, all right. So I told you about the one chick that I like, and she just wasn't really feeling me like that, and she was like, "Nah," right?
Right.
But that was like one. I guess there was one that was even worse than that. So this one, this chick, and you know who this chick is, but I'm not gonna mention her name on here because that'd be bogus. But I've been knowing her for a long time, and so we've been having history and things like that. Been having history, been having like a good friendship, like a bond friendship and everything, like
Right.
for real, right? And so um, after years and years and stuff like that, I just finally came out and told her like, well, it was a build up. Let me be honest, it was a build up. It wasn't just like I just, all right, today I'm just gonna tell you, you know, what I'm saying this is how I feel, right? So,
Right.
of course, we have extra relations. You know what I'm saying? So that was already in there. So we already had extra relations with each other. So we already crossed that border, and basically got to the point where I'm like, all right, I gotta tell this girl how I feel about her. Because if I don't, then I ain't gonna never be able to live with myself until I tell her exactly how I feel, right? So I ain't gonna front. I had wrote like a Bible text or a scripture and texted it to her instead of I should have called her and just told her, or I should have just met up with her, but I didn't do that, right? And so I spilled my feelings out on the table, and bro, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like she was just like, forget your feelings, and just stumped on them things. Like I can't explain it, but basically she was coming at me like, at least how I interpret it, she was coming at me as if like I'm breaking the rules of friendship and whatever. And I'm like, we already broke these rules of friendship when we crossed that line,
Yep.
that fine line. You know what I'm saying? We didn't already
Right.
smashed or whatever. Like I can't even count the number of times. And
Right.
so to me, I'm just like, you kind of, I know that you had a inclination, some type of feeling that I had these type of feelings. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be dealing with you, or you wouldn't even be
Right.
dealing with me. And so when I finally come out and tell you, you just mad because it's coming from me and not from. I think at least that's what I think. I was thinking she was mad it was coming from me and not from somebody else or somebody that she wanted it to come from, and it was just something that she didn't want to deal with at the moment. And that's just how that's how I interpret it. But at the end of the day, when I look at it now, thinking back then, I mean, when I look on it now, thinking about back then, I was like, dang, I was being too soft, bro. Like I should have been hard about it. I should have just been a G about it, and I should have just like ignored those feelings and just threw it in the back of my head and continued on, and then we would have probably still been friends to this day. But I think it ruined everything. Like after that, it was just like this friendship is over. You know what I'm saying? But is that me being too soft? Because I spilled my feelings, and then once again, now the friendship over.
Man, see, I don't think it's being soft. I really don't. I don't think that is the definition of soft. I get what you're saying. When we growing up and you know how we was young, I felt like as a young man, I felt like I had to be ruthless. I felt like I had to be a dog because what we seen when we were growing up is just like that's what women were attracted to. That's what got us the women. You know what I'm saying? But when we felt sometimes too nice, it kind of friendship us, and then we seen them with the dude that we should have been. Cause I have this one particular girl, and you know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call her out online, but I was being the nice one. Come to find out, everybody had her. You feel me?
Right.
like, dang, I was being too soft. Like I remember one time we stayed up till the sun rose. You know what I'm saying? Just talking.
Oh
I mean,
no.
we yeah, but we was just talking, like we was connecting, vibing. You feel me?
Mm.
But it felt like everybody was just treating her like what she was, and they was getting what what they wanted. Me, I never got that opportunity because I was always a nice guy. I just don't consider myself as being soft. It just it goes down to who that woman is. Really, us expressing our feelings isn't being soft. I think that's the perception of men now. We express our feelings. We're soft. That's why you have a lot of us holding our feelings. That's why you said, "Dang, I should have held in my feelings," but those feelings will always be inside of us.
But then why would they go on to my bad to cut you off? Why would they go on to be like just like Charlotte said, she like, oh, I she want a man to express their feelings, every now and then and stuff like that.
right.
And then when we finally do it, then it's like, oh, that's too much. It's too much. That's too much. But we never do it. And then when we finally do it, now it's too much. I'm just trying to figure it out. What's where I don't know.
We still trying to figure it out because that's where the gap is, man. People don't realize like men are frustrated because we don't know what a woman really want, and then we try to feel because they want us to be emotional, but then they want us to be strong and hard at this time. It's like it's all over the place. And I mean, I guess you can't put set rules for everybody. Everybody's different, so
Mm.
I don't know if it's always about between those two people who were in a relationship, they should communicate. Hey, I feel like you're being too soft. I mean, communication is key, so I think that comes in with a relationship. Hey, communicate that. If you think that man being too soft or being too hard, communicate that because it could be like we talked about earlier, the way he was raised. Because he too hard, he too soft. It's a lot of factors that play into it, man. So
So naturally the women are looking for the guy who pretty much is hard. Like at the end of the day, they looking for something. It seems like they're looking for somebody who hard, but I think women don't really know that they don't want that. Like you don't understand how hard we really are, and you ain't gonna really like it, especially when we put you in these type of situations. And then when we do put them in these situations, then it becomes, oh, why you acting like this? Why can't you be like your homie who he's just, he all, calm, cool, and collected, and he don't be acting like this? Why you gotta be out here on these streets? Then, like I said, if I wasn't on these streets, you wouldn't even be messing with me. As a matter of fact,
right,
the reason why you messing with me is because I was on these streets in the first place. I was out here riding with the homies. I'm out here with the, what I'm saying, with the rims and everything like that, goes on my mouth and stuff like that. That's why you started messing with me. You that attracted you. I got the tattoos. I'm tatted up from head to toe. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding my own in front of my homies as in like I am somebody within my clique. I'm just not a bystander or a wall hugger or something like that. Like I'm somebody within the clique, and you like that. You like that attention. Much like
right,
much like how I couldn't imagine Nipsey Hussle being emotional with Lauren London. Now I'm not saying he wasn't, but I just couldn't imagine it because he's just such a stand up dude, and he a gangster or was a gangster, is a gangster, and it's just not in his repertoire. You know what I'm saying? And she like, and I would assume that she like that type of stuff, or women like that type of stuff. Like, yeah, I want a gangster nigga, and I want him to be soft with me in certain aspects, but not overly emotional.
but I've even the most gangster dudes are emotional, bro. I work with the most gangster people. Well, I interview the most gangster people who doing life, committed murder, any parts of gangs every day. I see them cry more than anybody in the world. I don't think Nipsey Hussle will probably be emotional in front of other people, but in front of Lauren, sometimes a gangster will lower his wall and be emotional in front of his girl. I believe he was because they was that in love. Like you can see true love, and what they had was true love. Like you see them interact, and like sometimes I see in the interview, like he kind of got a little gangster with her a little bit, but she kind of knew where he was coming from. Like they had that little vibe, like, yeah, like she kind of liked that talk, the way he spoke to her.
Yeah, yeah.
But they had that level of understanding, like behind closed doors. I know how you really are. You kind of look vulnerable. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That we all have that emotional time, and we can do that with our woman. Because as a man, being emotional sometimes is really different. You know what I'm saying? So we try to hide that. So I feel like, man, Nipsey Hussle, I think he was a little emotional probably behind closed doors.
Yeah, I'm sure that you got them situations, especially like when a homie died. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to be but emotional, or
Mhm.
something like that, or just a complete and total loss of money or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. That's just something. I feel where she's coming from. I wonder if women really think the same thing and vice versa when it comes to themselves. Like, are they being too hard, or what are you really expecting? Which kind of leads to the next topic. Like, so the next thing I wanted to really chat about was something that you brought up, like, or that's something that she brought up and that you elaborated on was gender roles, and in that she was explaining like what to expect, what we go in expecting from that woman. I'm guessing when we either when we in a relationship or we dating and we trying to lead it off to something. You wanna comment on that real quick, or you want me to go in?
What you talking about? What a person expects, or a man or a woman, or any.
Like, yeah,
Uh,
no, it's just like what we expect as men generally going into when we talking to women, or I'm guessing we want them to be our our girl or whatever. What we expecting from them, how they should act, or what should they be, or what kind of drive and things like that.
well, first off, I'm gonna say from a grown man point of view, you should always go into, if you start dating someone and want to be boyfriend or girlfriend or be in a committed relationship, the the thing you should be looking at is marriage. And I think we froze on live.
Nah, we still going.
Just mine then. Oh,
Yeah.
but
No, you
but
good.
I think the main goal in any relationship should be marriage. Now, as a young man, a young knucklehead, I went into talking to a girl, trying to get another girl to get the draws. You know what I'm saying? Smash. That's basically why I did that. But as a man, my main goal is to marriage. But at the same time, what I'm looking for into a woman is basically, do you are you, you know what I'm saying? Do you have the same ambition? If I'm a type of guy who have goals in life, I'm gonna speak for my person. I'm a single father, so I have goals in life. I gotta take care of my kids. So my drive is probably, I don't want it to be different. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to motivate me. We started talking. We should be able to motivate each other. I shouldn't be asking questions like, well, I was trying to figure out what I'm doing, or this or that, or what's my plans in the future. You should be able to already tell me, say, hey, now I'm trying to be a nurse. My main goal to be a RN. I'm gonna work here, work there. We should have a vision for your life. We shouldn't meet each other and you don't know what you want to do. That should be a red flag. I know everybody trying to find themselves, but you should have some type of vision. You should know yourself at a certain age. I believe that before you jump in any relationship, I want everybody to hear that. You should know who you are first off. You can't connect with somebody and be with somebody if you don't know who you are. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. But all right, so I see you breaking it down on like a intelligent level, right? So I think we need to bring it to the surface to give some of these youngsters some game,
Yeah.
because we ain't really doing that. So let me be honest. And what we expecting generally as men, or as males, because there's a difference between men and boys, or boys and men, or whatever, however you want to call it. And generally, obviously, the first goal is to smash. That's the first goal. What am I? You know what? That's the first goal. Like that. Once I So all right, so let me back up. That's the goal, right? That's the first goal. As maybe you're not mature enough yet, right? You a male. You see a girl, you dating her, and the first goal, like I said, is like, man, I want to smash, right? So
Right,
that's like the championships, right? So you playing in the tournament, and the championship is the smash, and the trophy will come afterwards, depending on how she feel about it, right? So
right,
so in that, then there's like these sub goals. I want her to like me enough to whereas I know she gonna be loyal to me. By her being loyal to me, I mean that when she tell me that she dating um, me, then she really is just dating me. Or she interested the most in me. I'm number one or whatever like that. I'm at the top of the list on her team or whatever. The other one is respect. Not only is she dating me and she loyal or whatever, she respect me enough to give you my privacy when I need it, give me my space when I need it. If I'm about to go hang with the homies, she not on my back about it. Like, oh, where you going? Why you always with them? Blah 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 blah. I don't even know why that's an issue most of the time because when you get to our age, you go from like 10, 20 homies down to like 4, 5, 3. You don't even go to homies no more. It gets to the point
right.
where at this point, these homies are your brothers. Like they pretty much your family. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you got. So that the most time you can spend with them and interact with them, you're gonna try to do that. But you also gonna try to fit her in when it's time. So that's three, and then I think the last one would be just like, is she can she interact with my circle, my friends, my family? Can I take her places beyond my house, with beyond just the two of us? And then if you can hit all those sub goals and you smash and she still like you after that, then it becomes I'm trying to wipe you down. Like it's as long as it's all good. And I mean, like the sex is good, she good, you good, and she good with you. She enjoy you. Um, y'all got your relationship has elevated because of the sex and because y'all crossed that border. Then we can make something happen. I think that's how most of us think when we're not at that maturity level yet. And then once we get into our upper age and going through being broken, you know what I'm saying? Go through the Chitlin circuit, much like the title, and then you
Right.
get broken, and then you like, you know what? It ain't even about smashing. The smashing is not the goal no more. It's not the end all be all. What up, Cuzzo?
Yeah.
And Shamel, yeah, I guess you is right. I guess I did read that wrong. But the goal when you get up in our age, and we still young to be honest. We still they still consider us to be young whippersnappers, not knowing nothing yet. The goal up here is like, bro, I want to hit my personal achievements, and I want somebody to join me on that ride, and
Right.
then you kind of take it from there. That's what I think when it comes to like that's my expectations, or I think that's what most of stand up guys' expectations when it comes to women. What would you say?
You hit it right on. That's basically what I was saying. Like as a immature young knucklehead, like you just said, you broke that down. Is basically the first goal is to smash, and then other stuff will lead on. You might start liking the girl, and this and that. So that's bottom line. Every dude have had them moments, and like you said, when we got up in age, and now we wanna we we know who we are really. Because as young men, we really didn't know who we were. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys go through life like that, not knowing who they were. So as we get through age, we want somebody to accomplish goals with. We want somebody to raise a family with. We want somebody who can be in our environment, meaning our families, our friends, like you were saying. Somebody on who like I say is a helpmate, basically who motivates you, you motivate them, you love each other, you love each other. So basically, all them things I just said is we still when you're looking for somebody, you want that woman to have something about herself, uh, and I wouldn't just say it has to do with sex. You know what I'm saying? It comes spiritually, mentally, Financially, can she add? I know we had a conversation before. I don't want to go too deep in it. Financially, if you in that financial point in your life where you can support that woman all by yourself, do she keep all her money, or you just support her, or how that work? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we should be helping each other elevate. So that's the person I'm looking for. Can we help each other elevate, or you just want to take from me?
Mm,
So sometimes people get in relationships just want to take from you. So
right.
I want to see, can you add? You know what I'm saying? I don't think we all should be 100%. We shouldn't just say, oh, we complete each other, but we should be adding to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like I'm look. We should be looking for a woman to add to what we already are. You know what I'm saying? So we can elevate and be great together. So
Mm,
that's my point of view. I don't want to get too deep in it, too spiritual, but as a grown man, we gotta, our mindset can't be the same as a young boy. The sex shouldn't be the number one goal. I
right.
feel like that should definitely come later.
True. True. So my cuz said, she said loyalty is everything and being solid.
Yeah.
Mm, okay. Okay. Okay, cuz. Um, See, all right. So where I teeter totter is, and thank God I ain't never had I never been to jail. Definitely been in handcuffs. Never been to jail. You know what I'm saying? And so when I think of loyalty and being solid is, you may get into some stuff, um, and you might have to do some time. And bro,
Yeah.
I know dudes to this day, like right now, who only did like a month or two, and that
Yeah.
girl who was down with them for like X amount of years. It was like, I'm talking about years, like plural. It wasn't just a year, like years. Gone. Like just within a month out of there. So like, dude, from what my cuz saying, like, is it really about loyalty and being solid? Because when you get into the hardest of times, it seemed like it seemed like that just fades out of the that fades out of the mindset. I don't.
Uh,
No.
so you saying loyalty phase out?
I'm saying like it's all conditional. Like a lot of this stuff is based on conditions. Um, just with this corona, not to hit back on coronavirus, but
Right.
this has either brought people together or it's completely separated them because of whatever, because of the circumstances and the conditions. So when you get into something, I think with most of us men, especially being up in age or as we get older, I think one of our fears is like, dang, when I go to jail, who can I depend on? And most of the time, if you spending all your time with a woman, as you should be, with your significant other, you don't really talk about, hey, if I ever go to jail, will you still be there for me? Because that's not something we gonna just bring up. She not really. Neither one of y'all are thinking about you gonna get into some stuff, but you gonna get into something. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get into something whether you meant to or not, just by being guilty by association or you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people leave people just in the court process. And it was like, dang.
Right.
And dude turned out to be not guilty all the way through. Or
Right.
I done seen people get blamed. Well, I haven't seen it, but I've heard of people getting accused of, rape and child molestation, and that wasn't true, like at all. And the woman who was loyal or so called loyal and solid is gone. So how do you even figure that out if they really loyal and solid like that from the get go?
I mean, you just said it. You got to go through trials and tribulations. I mean, basically, if they didn't go through that situation, how will he ever know? Become better. Some has broken up. But I think that situational issues, situational events happen for a reason to test your loyalty. And sometimes that's what happens. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's how we figure it out because there's no way of not figuring it out unless you're faced with a situation or an issue. So basically, that's how you determine loyalty.
Man, that's crazy. Cause you don't even. Oh, that's crazy, bro. So ain't nothing really like, I don't know. I don't even want to say that. I start scaring myself. Like, ain't nothing set in stone. No matter what you do, until you get
Uh,
into that situation.
And I believe we on all face situations, man, where you be like, dang, I thought that person was loyal, and it end up not being true. It's just, I'm telling you, that's why we feel like, dang, why we had to go through that. You be feeling depressed, like, man, why we had to go through that? Because that's why to get rid of those people who ain't loyal, so you can elevate. But you got people who trying to hold you down who ain't loyal, you never gonna be able to elevate. So that's why you faced with situations so you can get rid of. So you thank God that stuff like that happen. I thank God for situations like that because
Right.
those people was meant to be in your life. So that's where the loyalty is found. Them people who in prison, I see a lot of them women being loyal, um, and then you see some that don't. Like that's military too. People who go out on deployments and
Yep.
come back. I
Ooh.
know that a lot. I just be like, like I thought you got a husband. Hey, he gone. Hey, but it's one of those situations, and this girl is still with her husband. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's loyal while he's there, but when he goes, she ain't loyal. But they make it work somehow. I don't know. If you know, I don't think you know, but they still together. It's going with. I mean, maybe 12 years, almost 15, 17 years. They still together.
Man. Hey, we still on? For some reason, you frozen on my end.
It's going in and out. Now I can see myself back talking, but it kept going in and out.
Well, it's a little bit of lag, so they um they get like a second or two of a lag. So you probably still seeing yourself talk.
Yeah, now you talking.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of lag. But yeah, dog, you hit the thing on the head. Yo, Travell, man, what up, bro? You right, you right. And cuz, boo, I know you know what I'm talking about because I know you got a first hand experience. Uh, not yourself, but I know you got a first hand experience of what I'm talking about when you're being tested, or when you thought the person that girl was loyal or whatever. But yeah, my homie Travell, I know you know what I'm talking about too. We from the same, you know what I'm saying, from the same hood. And I know you've already been through all your trials and tribulations as well. And as far as I know, you know what I'm saying. But man, it's just like you said, bro. Especially in the military, that's one thing where it's like, man, woo, bro. I don't even know if we should comment on that. It's like,
That's real though, man.
man,
Like
I, bro, bro. If
I
I'm in,
got stories for days.
I know, right? I'm like, you got something that you can talk. You got something that you can you feel comfortable talking about, but not the people.
I put myself in the situation. I'm going loyalty. We're not just gonna put women just say they gotta be loyal. I'm put myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Toro was dating, and I was supposed to be engaged. Supposed to be engaged with her. Thought she was loyal. You know what I'm saying? We was in love, man. You can We was inseparable. If you seen her, you seen me. Like,
Yeah,
but at the same
that's true.
time, like we just talked about, I was a knucklehead though. But I really did have true feelings for her. Like I still wanted to do what I wanted to do, but at the same time, I loved her. And at one point, I thought, okay, maybe I can just be with just her. But it comes down to it where she thought I was loyal, so she ended up going to Japan, and we thought we could make this relationship work because she trusted me to be loyal. I ended up getting somebody pregnant and had was engaged to other women in Georgia. You get what I'm saying? Like I was, I,
God.
I was doing a lot. You feel me?
Yeah,
So, um, so I felt like I hurt her, and I probably damaged her.
you
Probably took
definitely
her a
did.
while, but I don't. She's better now in a better place, but I think at that time you could damage people. You leave scars on them. I felt like I did that without, uh, you know, losing her, not having loyalty, because she trusted me to do what I was supposed to do while I was in Cali and she was in Japan. We're supposed to get married, live a happy ever after life, but it didn't happen. So,
Bro. Yeah,
hey,
man. I hate that y'all didn't work out. I loved y'all being together and everything. Shoot, y'all put us on some stuff, so I hated y'all didn't work out. I hate that you messed that up. That's all your fault, straight up. And that's
I'll
the
put that
thing,
on me.
man. That's the thing that y'all and shout out to my big brother, my second, my second oldest brother. You ain't missed nothing, Pat. We just talking about how loyalty and everything is tested when you're dealing with women, And I know you got stories for days. One of these days, I'm gonna have to get you online, and you gonna have to talk. But that's another thing. These I think this new generation or this younger generation ain't got solid homies who gonna actually tell them what's up when it's time to tell them what's up. And that's why I appreciate you Shamel Wesley, you Shamel Wesley Wade, and some of the other homies. You know what I'm saying, Kev and all them. Like y'all gonna tell me what's up when it's time. And I think that's what's missing when we talking about maturity and stuff like that, and getting past sex being the ultimate goal. Because those older homies, especially the OGs and the big homies, they gonna tell you what's up. Like, yeah, you messing up. You know what I mean? Like, get your stuff together. Why you doing this? Why you doing that? A lot of that is missing nowadays. Do you know, or what would you say on why it's missing? Or like, do you think most of the big homies is getting into stuff where, like you said, they either locked up or they just move on? Like, you know, they move to a whole nother state and they got something else going on. Cause like for me, I got some neighbors who older than me who I might look at as big homies, but I don't think they've been through the dirt like we have. So I can't really connect with them on that level just yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but the other big homies who I know I used to look up to or talk to or get information from, they either move on, like, you know, they married or they already been married, but now they done moved over to, you know what I'm saying, the East Coast or something like that, and we don't message anymore. Or some of them unfortunately get locked up because they got into some stuff, and or they was a G from the get go. You know, it finally came around for their time to come, or whatever. But would you say that is the case? Like, people moving on, or you just get to a certain age where the big homie don't matter no more?
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, man, this this generation is different because, like you said, we have each other, trying to put each other back on track, and you know, and tell us when we're wrong and not wrong. These young folks don't have that no more, man. And you saying big homies, they're the big homies are tired of trying. See, back in the day when we had big homies, we would actually listen. You get what I'm saying? I mean, we was knuckleheads, but we would actually, like, we would want to take their advice. But nowadays, people have social media, technology. That's why I say, man, this thing is big. People don't. The impact of it is crazy because these young folks don't listen to no big homies no more. They listen to technology, social media. They listen to trends, rappers. We used to look up the big homies in our hoods. People looking up the artists now. They putting on a show for you. So you don't know what's real, but they rather listen to them than the big homies who trying to put you on in the hood. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think that's what we lost really, in this generation, that they don't listen to big homies no more, man. Big homies are fed up trying to talk these knuckleheads. Because I talk to the big homies who doing life in prison or doing something in prison. And they be always telling me, man, these young folks come in here, man, and they just ruthless. They'll shoot, they'll stab, they don't care, they don't listen to nothing we say. Say, hey man, we can run this prison like this and keep it smooth if we do this. These young folks don't care, man.
Mm.
They don't care. It's the attitude they have because it's what's instilled in them because of this. I keep blaming on technology, but it is, man. You talk to these young people. They always on the phone. They always looking for a new trend. They always Googling. My son do that. I be like, hey, this is a, Google something I done told him. If I go check his phone, I'm like, God, you know what I'm saying? So
You like,
man,
I am Google. I'm right here.
exactly, man.
Yeah.
And that's real though, man, because that's what folks do these days, man. Back in the day, we had each other, but they got this technology, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. No, that's all facts. Just like, man, rest in peace, Senior Chief. You know what I'm saying? Big Rob, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I don't even like bringing it up. I be getting emotional about it. He was the closest thing, like, to besides my brother's father or my stepfather at the time, the closest thing to a stand up dude that I can relate to. It's It's my brother calling. I'm gonna have to text him. But he's put us. I mean, I'm sure he put y'all on. He put you on game just as much as he put me on game, and I know for sure he put Shamel on game because he tell me all the time. You know what I'm saying? I know he probably miss him more than I do. But
Yeah.
man, it's just like you said, you need those type of guys to help guide the rest of us. I don't know why the new generation thinking. Yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right. Everything you said is correct. Them with the technology thinking they can get things quicker, thinking they got it figured out that this I know how to make money. I could just do this. They thinking that it's they don't think the old principles on how to hustle and everything like that still play a part today. Makes them think they invincible until it comes time to really be about that life or not. But so all right, I want to kind of capitalize on this. Do you think women got big homies?
The women got big homies. I I think they do. I think nowadays women have more connections to each other than men do. I believe now if the
What?
women take the advice, yeah, it's more, and I'm gonna take it back to technology. It's more groups, support groups for women. Because men, like I said, men aren't gonna go look for a support group. Women have so many support groups. Just Facebook alone just has so many groups, and I feel like they're more. How I put this, and then they have those friends like they're always, I guess, more sociable. I don't know the word I'm trying to say, but
Mm.
if they listen to the Vice is another question. But do they have more big homies than men? Because we're not gonna have ourselves around too many people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. But women will be around this person, this person, this person, their hairdresser, this and that, like different folks. But men aren't gonna be around too many people and trying to take too much advice. So to answer your question, do they have big homies? Yeah. What's your man? What's your
I
man
don't
thought?
know, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate for a little bit. But real quick, I want to comment on my homie Travell. Hey, Travell, straight up, my homie Travell. We man, he had his and my bad if I get this wrong. My bad if I get this wrong, bro. But his stepfather, his uncle. We had my homie Kendall, his pops. We had crap. I had my two oldest brothers. I don't know, man. I think you're right. I guess technology, because back in the day, you ain't had that technology. You had to meet people in person. Things was happening outside. Like you had to be outside. You had to go through it. But my homie Travell, we used to go to his crib all the time, and his uncles and them used to put us on game or just make sure we was doing the right things most of the time, or just not getting into too much trouble. We was out there holding our own, but man, I don't know. I don't know why it can't be like how it used to be. Like besides this technology, when you do get in front of people, it's like this new generation, they don't know how to communicate. And so
Right.
back in the day, like true facts, true facts. I can't even say what I want to say because I'm trying to be I'm trying to be PG. But
Yeah.
but right, we had the whole neighborhood at some point, like the whole neighborhood watching out, men and women. But I don't know, bro. I don't think women got big homies. I don't think women got big homies. I think it's a lie. I think it becomes, and I'm just thinking, so don't bite my head off, y'all. I just think that at some point it becomes jealousy and envy, and it becomes, who is she to tell me about whatever? She ain't got this and she ain't got that, so she can't tell me nothing.
So
And
that's what you're saying. If they listen, though, I mean, that's what you're trying to say. If they listen to other women, that what you're trying to say?
you saying, can you say it again?
You're trying to say if they don't listen to other women because of jealousy. We don't have big homies because it's a lot of guys that's the big homies, like I say, are tired of trying to explain things to young men. So you really don't have older men trying to put young men on game no more because they frustrated, like I said. But I feel like more women take the time out to try to talk to women. But the thing is with women, are they gonna listen, or do they think it's jealousy or this and that, or they don't know what they talking about, or
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? I feel like this generation they have more women are trying trying to speak to women than men are trying to speak to young men.
They
Y'all
definitely
gotta.
They definitely, you're right. They definitely have, I would say, more resources because once again, we try to be hard all the time, and that's just not within our
Right.
repertoire to be going to counseling sessions and going to group therapy sessions or having vision boards and things like that. I think we just now starting to get into that. They said they do. A lot of them just don't use them. I guess that's true, man. I guess that's true. I just so from what I was saying is, yeah, I think they might start off with a big homie or OG. The women might start off with a big homie or OG or something like that. But as they get up in age and they start to get closer to adulthood and going through stuff, it becomes they start to compare and contrast between what they got going on and how successful they've become to what that person got going on and what they've been through and saying the mistakes and stuff they made to get them to the point that they are at today. And if it don't balance out, if the OG is not higher than them, then they not listening no more. Whereas with men, it didn't matter. Like I think with us, we want to listen to people who've been through more because that gives us more insight on what not to do, how to get out of a situation. Whereas I would think I'm strictly thinking that they're not trying to hear that. Period. They're like, what? She did what? She got into what? Nah, I don't know. I don't do none of that. That don't happen where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I just don't think. I don't think they got it how we had it.
They don't. That's a true statement right there. They don't.
So, man, I wish I wanted to get them because I wanted to know what or maybe y'all can comment. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the women on here can comment. What is the things? Oh, hey Mike, what do you think the things is? Like how we was talking about, or how I said. Whereas when we starting off, we dating somebody or whatever, we starting off. Sex is that main goal, or it's one of the main goals. What is it for women?
Yeah, we might need a woman for that.
but
but
but how many times, like, man, look, there's so much I want to say and I can't say, but or I'm choosing not to say. I'm kind of waiting. I've dealt with women who, God, forget it. I dealt with women where their main goal was sex, and that was fine. Like as long as it was communicated. But then we get the backlash when that's our main goal.
right.
So I don't understand that, but I don't know exactly what women go for initially. What is their first main goal? Is it really marriage? Because that's so that's heavy. You know what I mean? That's heavy. I think when we do talk to them, we hear about how they've been dreaming about marriage, dreaming about prom and stuff like that. These are the things they grow up on thinking about. And then that's like, I guess that's their goal. Within the first 6 or 7 seconds, they can see themselves marrying somebody, and that's why they're going to date with this person. And that's why they're going to let them, cross that line when it's time to cross that line. But like, what else is there? Do they have a checkoff list as well? Is he really? Are they checkoff lists coinciding with our checkoff list? And I guess that's where we fall short. I don't know. You tell me.
I think it's. I think it depends. Some women, I met women who have plans, like they might have a 5-year plan, 3-year plan of what they want, and they want to achieve those goals. I met some women who just want sex. I met some women who want to feel secure, meaning they want to know would they be financially secure if they start being with you. What kind of or you just want a woman just want a good dude. They tired of so many bad men in their life, and they see you doing good, and they just everything just all right. He's a good dude.
But that's what they go for initially.
Right.
I done been, and y'all used to tell me all the time. I done been, Jay, why you being so much of a friend? Why you being the good friend all the time? Why you blah 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 blah? And got played. It got played because of it, because I was being the good guy. And then the moment,
Right.
yeah, shoot, the moment I start being the bad guy, then I start getting all the things that I was looking for unexpectedly. So I don't think it's like they initially. I think they have to go through the Chitlin circuit. They got to go through the Chitlin circuit a couple times or a few times with whomever, and then they start to go like, all right, I want somebody who's gonna actually treat me right this time around. But we be looking for that from the get go. We looking for a woman who gonna treat us right from the get go. But I guess it's the imbalance of if I'm gonna treat her right now. But we build up to that. I guess I lost Mike for now. But yeah, man, I think we build up to that. So, Brewer, what up, Brew? They looking for leaders. Uh, leading as far as what though? Like, okay, everybody's goals should be somewhat the same. Let me see what happened with Mike. Everybody's goals should be somewhat the same when it comes down to it. If you're not on, if you're not on that, you know, trying to get my life together, I'm trying to get this crib, I'm trying to get this and that, then ain't no sense in trying to be with somebody and you want them to lead you if you're not even on that tip. You know, so I would think that women aren't communicating that from the beginning. So, my bad. I'm reading these comments. Exactly, bro. They want it day one. Women be wanting it day one, and we be like, "Look, you gotta earn it." But they like, "I earned it by you messing with me. What are you talking about? I wouldn't even be messing with you if I didn't earn it." And I'm like, "Well, that don't mean nothing. Like we messing with each other, so mine's is just as equal as yours. It got to be earned. You can't get everything day one. You can't get everything day one." My homie said he made his first 100K at 30, and the women he was looking at, or the women he was interested in, was looking for that stability when he was 21. Facts, facts, facts. What do y'all, especially, and not trying to make this about race, but especially within, you know, the minority communities. I don't care whether you're black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, whatever. Like you just not about to just start, and within the white community too. When you young, shoot, and you ain't got no resources, you ain't got no you young, you got no resources, you ain't got no inheritance and things like that. You're not about to go off. You're not about to start working. You're not about to start working and start making 100,000 straight up. You're not. Shoot, you'll be happy if you making 40,000, 50,000. If you still that young and you know what I'm saying, you working consistently. You know what I mean? And women be wanting that sometimes. They don't want to stick in. They don't want to stick in the struggle until you can get up there. But they do want you to stick in their struggle until they get up there, because then it becomes a balance. Now you can balance it out. Now you didn't help them get to their plateau, and that's when things start to. That's when it start to become conditional. Now everything about to get conditional, because once she start matching you in money, man, good luck. Good luck. And it depends on the woman. It depends. Not all, some, but not all. Some, but not all women don't really care about how much money you make, whether they're broke or not. You know what I'm saying? They know that they can make a way with or without you. And those are the women who we love. Those are women who we go out for. But unfortunately, the majority. Oh, so what is this? Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, the majority is not on that tip right now, and we don't know. All right, we got Mike back up. Can you hear me, bro? Mike.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. But your computer died?
Nah, my phone died. I was on my phone. I'm on my computer now.
Man, what was you thinking? You just ruined the whole show by yourself. God. Let me see. Let me see if I can get you back.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. But my bad. Anyway,
What happened? You got offline?
no, it's still going.
Oh,
As far as I know, so almost an
man.
hour. We've been going strong. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, Brew, man. I feel for you, bro. I know you just tired of it. I know Brewer's just tired of it. My man saying he been doing this thing, coming up in the game, and now all of a sudden, it's just like Mike Jones said back then. They ain't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Why? Those was facts when we was young. Straight facts. It happened to me too, bro. I wasn't getting no play for a while, but then again, I wasn't looking at females like that. Like I wasn't. I was young. I was still like drawing. I was still just being young. You know what I mean? And after I lost my virginity, then I started looking at women more and more. But it wasn't until after that, and I had a job. I started making my own money. Started getting fancier clothes, J's, all type of stuff. Now, then they started looking at me. But it wasn't until I got that. That's the problem I think that Brewer talking about. They want you to have all this in the beginning for what? And then when you finally got it, then they want to give you something, whatever that something is, but they don't want to give you everything. But you have to come with everything before they can give you a piece of it. What's up with that?
So you feel like they want you to come with everything before they give you a piece of what?
Just whatever. A piece of them, when women, in my opinion, or to my knowledge, when women do go that route with you, they cross that line, and it's time to, some intercourse about to get ready to happen. That's them,
Yeah.
especially if they like you. That's them giving
Right.
a piece of themselves.
Right.
That's why it's sacred for them. But for us, that's a small piece in a bigger, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but in a bigger pot, that's just a small piece.
Right.
Like we mentioned earlier, we talking about loyalty, stability.
Mm-hmm.
Can I introduce you to all my people? Will you not embarrass me in front of everybody? Are you gonna respect me? Because respect is really big. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. And if you're not giving the rest of that, and all you're gonna give me is just a piece of ass, that's all I'm gonna take. Because you required me to have. Because we ain't even talked about income. Most men ain't even gonna. Because we supposed to be men, right? So we're not about to ask that woman, yeah, how much you bringing in a year, or what's your credit score?
Right.
What's your credit score look like? Because she gonna be like, you got to be on your stuff before I tell you all this and that. Blah blah. Oh, why we talking about this? We just dating. We didn't even get to that all that. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can give me a piece of ass, but then if you ain't got nothing else to offer, that's it. Bye. You know what I'm saying? That's all that. Like I said, that was the goal, right? But if you giving me loyalty and you giving me respect and you giving me all that stuff before you give me ass, then that's gonna make me want to stay longer. That's gonna make me want to actually put in investment and time and patience and help you build on yours. That way, you'll feel rewarded and I'll feel rewarded once you finally get to the same plateau that I'm on.
Yeah. And that's straight facts. They as we was younger, we just wanted the smash. As men, we looking for substance now. Like that woman should have some substance about herself. Like they should have, like we talked about earlier, man. They should have. If we starting off dating, first date, second dates. It should be about goals. What are you trying to achieve? And like we talked about, at this age, you should know yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm gonna work at Burger King right now, but I'm planning to open up my own business. Why you haven't opened up your own business yet? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always have them, I'm gonna do something type women. But we now that we're older, we want them women to say, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And that's not hard. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not a lot to ask. That's called having some a substance. That's having something about yourself. So I feel like, man, they should have the mindset of what they want. They should have the mindset of, just trying to elevate you as you trying to elevate, or they should be trying to elevate. Y'all should be trying to better yourselves, better each other.
All right, so look, perfect example, or yeah, perfect example in the comments. You know, the homegirl said that her ex had on Skechers, and that's her ex had on Skechers and stayed with his mama. That's wrong. True, that is wrong. I would have to ask you for some pretense on how old he was. How old were you? But obviously, I'm not assuming that y'all was in love initially when you met him, but you just meeting him. So he probably ain't even got on. He probably ain't even got on yet. Like, did you give him a chance? Like, did you test the waters out?
It's her ex. She gave him a chance.
Ah, yeah, you're right. My bad.
But at the same, a lot of women wouldn't though. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's true.
And then the questions you gotta ask, man, you gotta know their mindset. Did she ask the right questions? Did you know what I'm saying? The dating phase, did he seem like he was trying to better himself? Was he trying to elevate? And her job was okay. They start liking each other and they start dating more and getting to know each other more. Were you motivating him? Was he unmotivated? Like different things can go in there. I mean, but a lot of women would probably approach a guy with sketches on, live with his mom. But she did give him a try. So
true.
That's what's up.
True. No, that is what's up. And yeah, you're right. So once again, I'm generalizing some, but not all. Yeah. You got to understand, Tori, you're a unicorn. You dealt with him for 4 years, and you met him with sketches and stuff on. So you don't fall into the average. We talking about the average, right? But what actually there is no buts. Like Mike said, and like you said, you dealt with that. Actually, not the but to elaborate on it, you went through a small Chitlin circuit. I mean, I don't know how heavy your relationship with him was, but that's part of the Chitlin circuit you got to go through. Sometimes you got to go through dealing with some things to be like, you know what, this ain't for me no more. It's like it ain't going the way it should be going. And I think men deal with that. Either we deal with it a lot more. It's not that much in between with us. We don't get that much. It's either we dealing with it a lot or we're not dealing with it that much. Either we get in play or we're not getting play. There's little in between, especially when you're dealing with several women. If that's how it's going. If you're dating so and so and it ain't serious, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just going out to eat, whatever, blah blah blah. It ain't got to the point where you can actually be with that person. The woman is going to decide how things are going to go. If this is going to go further than it's supposed to go or whatever. So, yeah, you're right. But you got to understand, most women won't deal with that. They not about. As soon as they see the sketches, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You even got to. He even got to say he stayed with his mama. They saw sketches. It's over. It's not even. No, it's no chance. So he was an awesome person, best guy I ever dated, but over the years we grew apart. Man, I got a lot of questions I want to ask you. Like, he was the best person you dated. Best guy you ever dated.
Did you want to ask why they grew apart?
No, not really. I mean, it's grown apart is grown apart. I mean, you can make up. No. You can make up.
Well, I'm saying, you saying he was an awesome person. It seemed like you was thinking that she said he was an awesome person, but they grew apart. Like, why? You was thinking if he was so awesome, why they grew apart? What you was thinking?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah. Like if y'all, yeah. But she said dating, that he was awesome. It could have been the top of the line sketch.
You can't knock them sketches, but they comfortable.
But see, look, all right. So look, this thing. So perfect. Men sketches, right? But them rich billionaires and millionaires got on Levi's from Walmart and they got on some
Yeah.
Walmart shoes because they don't care. They don't got time. It's a waste. It's the waste of energy for them to even be like Jordans. What? No, like you know what I'm saying. Just go here and get this. That's you wasting your money. You putting your money. You investing your money in the wrong things. So and then you wouldn't expect like bro. As I told y'all before on the first episode, I'm a national project manager. I travel all over the United States, and most recently I've been requested to go overseas in other countries. Right? I've met millionaires.
Right.
I can't say I met billionaires. I for sure, for facts, met millionaires. Like shook hands, met them, talked with them, and even at these conventions and at these meetings, the things they have on, you wouldn't expect them to have on. Like they got on some regular dad jeans. They got on a faded shirt like mine, they with their pants tucked in, the belt over it, looking like why? You know what I mean? Looking unpresentable for most women. And when they leaving in a Uber exclusive with people opening the door with shades on. They wife got on a fat ring. I'm talking about the Rock. The Rock's so big that she just came. She could barely, like. When she's shaking your hand or she giving you a hug, you could feel the metal on it, or you could just see it shining from a distance. But like I said, look what the man got on. Look how he presented himself in front of everybody. He already succeeded. That stuff didn't matter to him. It's the way you're investing your money. So obviously she didn't judge him based on what he had on. But it became a factor somewhere in between for her to even mention it. I'm not saying that's what you judged him on, or I'm not saying you even judged him because you was able to look past that, which is why you're not average. But you mentioned that he had on Skechers and stuff, and that was wrong. But these millionaires and things like that, if you're meeting them for the first time, they might have on some Levi jeans, some Wranglers with some Skechers on. But you don't know they have a multi-million-dollar business in several countries and stuff like that. They got a bank account over there in another country, doing their thing, and they don't waste their money on J's and stuff. They waste their money on yachts and Corvettes and things like that. So what are we judging off of? I feel you, Jacoria. Your brother said he don't have Warren Buffett, but some of them ladies don't know what he's talking about.
That's true.
It's still they never wore Jordans or Air Force Ones. You see me, they just
Change my Wi-Fi.
No, I see. I remember. I remember. I know how you used to pull, bro. That's true. That's how you find out who they really are. You pull up in something that they wouldn't expect you to see them in. Cause shoot, most women ain't presenting themselves in their natural form anyway. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying most of them ain't just you're not presenting yourself to me with your natural hair, with your natural eyelashes, your eyebrows, nails, toenails, stomach, because some of y'all wearing waist trainers when I'm meeting you, and that's why y'all want to hug fully because you got a waist trainer on. It's gonna get in the way, and he gonna find out. Man, you can go down the line. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, everything based on conditions. It's all conditional.
Facts.
I just wish they had I don't know, big homies to tell them that none of that stuff matters.
Not chill.
No, I'm not chilling on the waist trainers. Don't be trying to start a date off with the waist trainer on, because it has to come off one way or another. It's all gonna hang out, all of it.
But that's another topic for itself. Should you go all out to impress someone the first time? When you're trying to get them, should they wear their waist trainers because they're trying to get you?
I don't think it's not that it's something wrong with it. It only becomes wrong when you start to judge me on my appearance as well. If you're not 100% in your appearance, this ain't you naturally, then you ain't
Yeah.
got no room to be talking about me. You know,
Yeah.
you got, nowadays men are, they getting hair pieces and their beards are fake, and shoot, they even wearing makeup too. I see some men wearing straight up makeup nowadays too. And it's getting beyond what men are normally defined as. So they starting to get what we normally get from them, and it's becoming a problem because they want it to be like Brewer said or like my homie Travell said. You want 100% from the beginning. That's not about to
Right.
happen. So imagine we all coming, we dating, and now we got on fake beards and stuff, and then she going through your beard, and then she actually, she's scratching your beard, but then she actually pull it off at the dinner table in
Yeah.
front of everybody. Like, what do you say? Like, like it become a full on argument or something, or because she got a wig on, you can't just snatch hers off, right?
Right.
And you can't even you're not even supposed to touch a woman's hair at that stage. She ain't even allow that, but she can do whatever she wants, and then you pull that thing off, and it's a wrap.
That's when that man got to tell that lady, hey, don't touch the beard.
He said, "Don't touch the beard." That's what they be looking for, bro.
You can look. I don't know. I don't think a lot of guys. Well, I think it's hot there, but I don't know. I never really seen a guy with a fake beard. But I don't know. I don't grab no beards.
Cut it on the
Cut
wig.
Cut it.
No. As a matter of fact, you need to be up here right now
Okay.
talking about it. No, I'm not. I mean, I ain't got no problem with weave. I ain't got no problem with none of it. I'll ask you, do what you want. It's just that you can't judge me you can't say I'm fake or judge me and say I'm not being real if you're not being real. That's it.
Yeah, that's the bottom line when it comes to that. I mean, nobody should be judging anybody. You should always give a person a chance, especially if you vibing with them, mentally, conversation wise. Give that person a chance just because he got on some Skechers, blue jeans.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's a genuine guy, give him a shot. You never know when you missing out on your blessing.
True. Hey man, look. And to go back to that show, Love Is Blind, it's on Netflix. And most of y'all, if you in a relationship, you dating, or you just bored because of coronavirus, you need to check out that show. It's a lot of material in there to talk about. But it kind of proves that it don't really matter about your connection before appearance. Appearance have a lot of weight to it when it comes to being with somebody.
They do.
Because you said you ain't seen the show, right?
I seen the first couple episodes, and I just didn't even finish it.
Did you see?
I have a problem with reality shows anyway. So.
Me too, bro. I don't like. I'm like, this ain't reality at all. But did you see when they finally came out of the pods and met each other?
I seen the first one because the guy. I think the couple everybody talking about, the black girl and the white guy.
Yeah, Cameron and Lauren, I think.
Yeah, he proposed in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. He proposed. I seen that one. I ain't see the other one.
So I thought they only had like 2 or 3 days to propose to anybody, right?
I don't know, but that white guy proposed first before anybody. So I don't know how many days they had.
He knew exactly what he wanted, but watching the reaction that both male and female had once they finally saw each other kind of proves the point that appearance does matter, because they trying to put a face to the voice that they envisioning. Oh, she said a week, so it was a week before they proposed. Okay, but you said he proposed in a couple days. Okay, but anyway, I was looking at their reactions, and it was like their reactions solidified what they wanted from the opposite. They hearing the voice. Oh man, she sounds lovely. We connect and everything, and then they see the person and they're gorgeous, and then it makes them want to even be with them even more strongly or more hard. But then they started going through trials and tribulations, and then things started to fall to the wayside with Shoot, with a lot of them, not a lot of them. I think only two. I think only two couples made it. Only two couples made it, if I'm not mistaken. The interracial couple, and then the other couple. But bro, you need to finish that because it's a part with this guy who you saw the guy who was bisexual.
Oh, the black guy. He did, yeah, because he admitted to it in one of the interviews. Yeah, that's who it was, right?
Yeah, bro. When I tell you, this dude went off on this girl for no reason. this this nigga went off on this girl, bro. And he had proposed to her. Now the problem with this situation is she didn't know that he was bisexual before he proposed. She didn't know nothing about that part of his life. Yeah. she didn't know nothing about that part of his life. He presented himself, with a deeper voice, the way he talking to her.
Right.
He trying to control all his mannerisms, trying to make it seem like he's not, flip flopping or whatever. And it finally got to the point where he had to say something because he knew that it wouldn't be able to go further. He knew that they was going to be in a situation that was going to. He knew that eventually they were going to be put in a situation where it was going to have to come to light. So he told her, and then when he told her, he was mad at her for not immediately giving a response of yes, like she gonna stick with him or whatever. Now she didn't give him a response. I don't think she gave him a response immediately. Period. Whether it was yes or no, she was like, "I need time to think about it." So from what I seen, she came back the next day to talk to him, and she told him like, yeah, she don't think she can deal with that. You know what I mean? And that's when he went off on her. And when he went off on her, he went straight back to who he was originally, straight back to feminine, straight back to his bisexual ways and things like that. The way he was cussing her out, it sounded like a gay dude cussing out one of his homegirls. And he apologized, later on down the road. But I brought that up to say that it didn't, like I said, it didn't matter about appearance. It didn't matter about their connection. Conditions played out, and it became a problem. His problem was he wasn't being truthful. He didn't even give her enough time. He didn't communicate. And if I was her, I wouldn't be able to look past it either. Like, I didn't know this part about you, and I said yes, and you ain't tell me. So
that's a lot. You should give her the opportunity to take that in. Don't just throw it on her after, because that was after he engaged. He threw it on her, right?
Yeah. After he proposed, and she said yes, then he, crying and stuff. Oh, see, I gotta tell you something. I used to be bisexual. You still are, but okay.
Yeah, he started off with a lie. Even omitting something was a lie. He wanted to save that and then later on tell her, nah, go ahead and put that out so she can have time to think about it and you can explain to her. But when you don't propose to her and then just throw that on her, that's a lot, bro. He didn't give that woman no time, it sounds like.
Not at all. He gave her no room to. He was bogus. Straight up, he was wrong for that. He straight up bogus. And then you know what's sad? Like I said, if you ever do watch it and finish it, you could just probably skip. You can probably just skip the whole thing and watch the reunion episode or something, like how they do in Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
So they have their little time. And sorry, I'm spoiling this for y'all, but whatever. It's Netflix. You'll watch it again. He made himself the victim in the situation. So like, it became like, to me, it became like they was comforting him more than the woman. Whereas I'm like, well, she the one who went through hell. Like, she the one who he as soon as he started commenting, I was getting death threats and stuff, and I'm like, as soon as he said death threats, I knew exactly where it was going. And I was like, this is ridiculous, because he wasn't, like you said, he wasn't being honest from the beginning.
Right.
He wasn't being truthful to her. So how is he having a pity party if he didn't tell her, what was up from the get go? And then they comforted him like, I ain't gonna lie, like they didn't give her time to actually like really go into how she felt and what she was going through. And then she apologized to him like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, what? How she apologizing to him? How another woman apologizing to another woman? Trying to figure it out. Just like it don't make no sense. But yeah, they made him the victim, and they made her whatever, and it was just like, it was all about how you feel. He went on to explain about the LGBT community and stuff like that, but I felt like that was a cop out for him to hide behind him not being a man. Like if you're gonna choose to be a man and you're not messing with women no more, you're not flip flopping, then you got to be a man all the way, and you got to tell her what's up. And if you don't, well, it's fair game for her to make her decision.
And I'm probably gonna get off subject with that, but I feel like people are making that where you should be ashamed of yourself or scared to speak about the to speak about the community, the LG community, the gay community, because they make it seem like, oh, you have to empathize with them, or you got to see their side of the story, or you're shaming them.
Right.
But that's not what it is. And they made her him the victim when she really was the victim. Just because she's not accepted of it don't mean he's the victim.
Right.
You can't force that on nobody. I think this generation is trying to force that on people. Say, hey, this is not wrong. You can't make it seem like we're wrong, but you're wrong when you don't tell somebody that.
True.
So you don't. I feel like that's what society's trying to do, man. That's wrong how they did it.
Yeah, because he goes on to say, dang, I forgot what he said. He said, crap, I can't remember. But basically,
yeah,
he was saying, oh, don't judge me because of this and that. But like, bro, you didn't even get her time to judge you, because how awkward would it be to be, engaged with somebody and then somebody else walk up of the opposite sex, or of the same sex of your partner, and you see some things happening, like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And then, they tell you, oh, you know what? My bad, I was bisexual, I was gay, and whatever. Like, you wouldn't know how to feel. Like, and then your feelings are valid because this is how you feel at the moment. It's just being brought to your attention. That's what happened. He just brought it to her attention and expected her to make continue with the decision she made before the information. Like, that's messed up, bro. He was shiesty for that. Anyway. Look, man. Hey, you got anything else?
No, that's it right now. I'm hungry. I'm about to go eat.
Yeah, man. I'm about to do the same thing, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate you for joining in, man. Once again.
Hey, no problem.
Mike, Mike Bizzell, for those who don't follow him, that's go his Facebook tag right here. You know what I mean? Follow him on Instagram, Mr. Ambitious. Doing a lot of work for his community and other communities as well. Stand-up guy. He probably he ain't got no hair on his head, but he a good dude. So if y'all look, and he's single, as far as I know.
For right now.
Right now. He got his own crib, y'all. He got acres. Look, if you're looking for somebody who's gonna love you through thick and thin, Mike Bizzell will be there. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, you want to follow me, to go my tagline right there on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Instagram as well, Jerry the J. Thank y'all again. Third episode of Chitlin Circuit. We're going to be back sometime later on this week. And once again, Mike, hey, thanks for joining me, bro. I really appreciate you for taking this time out.
I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, y'all. Peace.